It was a mistake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when we asked for the prototype the first time, it came slightly different from what we had designed, but it was so beautiful that I asked if it was repeatable, and the supplier said yes, we can repeat the mistake, and so okay, it's approved. And but it's very Parmigiani.
It's a nice story.
It's very in line with what we're doing in the colors, because the palette of colors is part of the brand.
Yes, yes.
They are very serene colors, very subtle.
Because the green is also magnificent. Hi everyone, I'm here with Guido Terreni, the CEO of Parmigiani.
Yes.
Very nice Italian names and nice to roll off the tongue. We're going to talk about this year's novelties, and maybe Guido, you can share with me what are the highlights of Parmigiani for this year.
Well, you know, we built the relaunch on the Tonda PF, the Tonda PF Sport,
Yes.
and the Toric. So for each of this
Amazing success, eh?
well, we can't complain. And so for each of these parts of the collection, we have introductions that are interesting. So in a nutshell, we have on the Toric probably the highlight of the fair, which is the Perpetual calendar that we're having on the...
This is my favorite, Perpetual calendar, and it looks so simple with just
Absolutely.
two sub-dials which are just slightly below, and you try to make it as slow as possible, right?
It's not as low as possible, it's as balanced and as clean as possible.
But it is beautiful, really beautiful, especially with this blue dial, right?
This morning blue color, which was funny because it was a mistake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when we asked for the prototype the first time, it came slightly different from what we had designed, but it was so beautiful that I asked if it was repeatable, and the supplier said yes, we can repeat the mistake, and so okay, it's approved. And but it's very Parmigiani.
It's a nice story.
It's very in line with what we're doing in the colors, because the palette of colors is part of the brand.
Yes, yes.
They are very serene colors, very subtle.
Because the green is also magnificent.
So we're building
kind of pale, but
a brand
very...
identity with also this palette, which is inspired by Le Corbusier, which is a Swiss architect that draw this palette and did his mood board, and he drew it for housings, for interior decoration.
And he is from La Chaux de Fonds.
He was also Swiss, yes, La Chaux de Fonds. And when you're drawing, when you're decorating your home, you want something that lasts and tastes. And it's incredible to look at that palette that is almost 100 years old, and it seems
still
like
beautiful,
yesterday.
right?
So
and still, like your booth is amazingly beautiful.
we are about purity, we're about pleasance, we're about serenity.
Amazing.
And we're about a private luxury, which is self-indulgent,
not externally expressed.
Not exactly.
It's only for yourself.
Exactly. So if I go into the novelties, probably
sure.
The first that I would like to show you is the GMT Rattrapante.
Yeah.
Sure.
And this is now a new beautiful green dial. You call it green?
We call it Verzaca. Verzaca, it's a river in reality. In the south of Switzerland, you have this, in Ticino, you have this beautiful valley that's a bit of a secret. It's not something glamorous, it's just nature. And you have a river who is running down the mountains, and there are some natural swimming pools in the rocks, and the water is between green and blue. And when I saw this color, it reminded me when I saw those beautiful swimming pools. And the GMT Rattrapante, no, first you have to separate the traveler time, and then you have to flip it back. Okay, but that is the traveler time, and then when you're going back home,
you move this
you reunite the hands.
In one shot.
In one shot. The shortest way home, and in an instant.
Very nice. Okay.
And the second is the skeleton. The skeleton is a limited edition on the open work that we have done in 2022. 50 pieces limited, and this slate green is slightly lighter than and it's green, and it enhances the finishings.
It's hardly can see, but it's still a little bit touch of green.
You have this metal feeling of the PVD coloring, which is physical vapor deposition. It's a metallic color that enhances the three finishings you have on the bridges. One is a vertical polishing that you have on the top surfaces. On the bottom surface, you have a sandblasted that is matte, and in the anglage, you have a mirror polishing. So these three reflections of the lights are interesting, and they create a movement on the platine, a ton sur ton, that allows you to read the time.
And also, skeletoning is one of the specialties of Parmigiani.
Well, when we came out with this skeleton, it was really appreciated the fact that it was very readable, because you have to tone down, paradoxically, the mechanics.
I normally don't like skeleton watches, but this is nice, easy to read.
That's subjective. Everybody is different.
I normally don't like it because it's hard to read, but this is okay. Easy to read because there's contrast.
Because it has to be a background. You don't have to do everything with the movement. No?
Right.
So you have to remember that always you have to put 2 hands on top of the movement to read the time.
Okay, what's next?
And the third is the 40 mm on the Tonda PF Chrono. We launched the Chrono in 42 with a Blue Milano, and we're shrinking it to 40.
Now it's a perfect size.
And taking away the date.
Yeah.
So you have the symmetry of the 3 counters and the purity of the aesthetics. And taking out 2 millimeters gives you a wonderful comfort and an elegance which is refined. It will differentiate the fact that the Tonda PF is on a 40 mm, the Sport is on a 42. So you differentiate the Sport from the more elegant PF by also the dimension.
Okay, I keep this for a while.
And this brings us to the PF Sport, where we have a new introduction of a new material for us and for the industry. It's an ultra Cermet, where there's a pattern done on the color of the Cermet, where you can see how powerful is the reflection of the light in this material. It's
very, very shiny.
It's very capable of making the ambient, the atmosphere that you're living in, be reflected by the case. And this metallic luster that you feel is coming from the composition. There are 32% of atoms of titanium in here that allows you to have this lucid and this bright reflection. And the color is also slightly gray. So but if you are in an open air and you have a beautiful blue sky on top of you, you will see shades of blue on your case. If it's a cloudy day, probably you will see more white. So it's something transformative, very interesting, very subtle, very Parmigiani. And you see, looking at the light here, you have a very powerful white light. It's almost white
as well, yes.
Yeah. So that's an interesting introduction, and it's also a world first, because Cermet is an extremely difficult material to work, and to be able to respect the design of the PF case, we had to industrialize 14 different parts of Cermet to make this aesthetics.
So it's a very complicated case.
It's a very expensive and complicated case. It takes 8 months to relaunch a batch, and 1 full day for a watch assembler to assemble the 72 components that are making this case.
Wow,
so
amazing.
That's why it won't be a lot of pieces to it that we will produce, but it's extending the pleasure of the Tonda PF Sport to this segment. So we went through basically everything with the Toric Perpetual that is...
Yes, my favorite. Although I like this too. Now I'm torn. I don't know. It's the blue color, I think. Similar?
It's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
But this one has a Guido shade, and this one is just...
Yes, but also the Pantone is different. This is more metallic as a feeling. Right. This is matte.
Right.
And shades of blue that are different.
Very nice. And also, you I mean, since you arrived, you've changed the landscape of the company, and where are you taking Parmigiani to?
We're continuing to craft a private luxury for a non-ostentatious customer. Parmigiani customer is somebody who has passed that tipping point.
Yeah, like King Charles.
Well, we are very grateful to have His Royal Highness amongst our customers, but it's somebody who doesn't really care what others are thinking. Basically, you're self-indulging with yourself in a purchase which is very
and you
private.
know confidently that this is a good product, very well finished, very well designed, with good heritage.
Exactly. That's who we want to serve.
So what can we expect next year?
Well, first enjoy what you just saw, because
of course.
we haven't yet put it on the market.
We are enjoying what we just saw.
But we will continue in surprising.
We're always very curious about what's happening next.
I know. But enjoy, take the time to digest what we have done. It's a lot of work to present this collection. And next year you will see other important things that are coming out.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dan.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Maybe we just take a quick sip of the champagne.
Santé.
Thank you. Cheers.